Tensions are running high on the streets of the Tenderloin. Police now arresting drug users.
With the police presence, it makes everybody pissed off.
California Highway Patrol and the California National Guard are teaming up with the SFPD to get drug dealers and users off the streets.
Whether or not you want to call this the war on drugs, when you're prioritizing a carceral, punitive approach to people who use drugs, it does not work.
Gary McCoy is with Health Right 360, one of the nonprofits the city relies on to help people get off the streets and into recovery.
So what happens when they leave after withdrawing for 4 hours is they're going to immediately go back out. They're going to find more drugs, except now they're going to be, for fear of being caught, they're going to be using more drugs. They're going to be using more at once so that they're not having to use as frequently out in the open.
It just brings a lot of fear and anxiety.
And Jackie Berlin knows this all too well. Her son Corey is on the streets, addicted to fentanyl.
In some respects, it can be more dangerous for these addicts because they might take the first thing they run into, where normally they might take a little more precautions.
And while drug users are being offered treatment services in jail, so far the city says nobody's accepted it. Here's Mayor London Breed talking with ABC 7 News last week.
Out of those 25 people who were arrested, and even the ones who were released, the ones that didn't have warrants, none of them accepted the services that we were offering.
Still, the city plans to continue making arrests.
So there comes a time where if people are not accepting these services, we can't just allow what we see on our streets to continue.
And Jackie Berlin says she'd like to see more action, making services more easily accessible.
Having resources available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, because a lot of times, the times that someone is willing to go get help is, when they're cold at night or, not in the middle of the day.
A balanced approach would be, yes, enforce existing laws with the opportunity for people to go into a center that's open 24 hours a day where they can get help.
McCoy is talking about what the city dubs as wellness hubs, which could house safe consumption sites.
Where they can use off the streets, out of public visibility, doing it under supervision while they're being connected to other resources.
The mayor's been pumping the brakes on opening the hubs for months, citing legal concerns. Safe consumption sites are still illegal under federal law, but the mayor does support the New York model, where a nonprofit is operating 2 safe consumption sites using private donations, not taxpayer dollars, in theory making the city less liable. And nonprofits here like Health Right 360 are raising those private funds, gearing up to open safe consumption sites once the city is ready to move forward.
We've got the National Guard looped in, and we've got CHP looped in, and we've still not opened a wellness hub.